Hello, Avatar. It's the first time for you here, Avatar, or I think I've seen this name before, maybe a year ago or so. Hello, Steve. Steve, first time? Hello, Aso. Definitely not first time. How are you? Ah, I thought so, Steve. Well, welcome. Glad you could join us. Thank you, Aso dear. I miss you guys too. Well, it was a busy week a little bit. I couldn't have my usual free time around 11 or 12 or in the afternoon, so I couldn't be here for you guys. Avatar says no, I've been here before. 36 mail from UK. Big fan. Thank you very much, Avatar. Good to see you here. All right, then. I must have just... I remember Avatar. I've seen that name, but wasn't sure when it was the last time you were here. Anyhow, it's a bit later in the afternoon. It's like a little bit after 2 p.m. here. Must be about 10 o'clock in UK, and 8 or 9 other places in Europe. How many of you have seen my latest update? Why you missed the X is not just because of the X. That's the title of it, I think. Oh yeah, it was like 7 degrees here last night in Vancouver and 10.5 in West Vancouver. It turned cold suddenly. Aso says, Mehran, do you encourage a girl to pursue a man in public if he gives a green light by his looks to make his act okay with him? Well, it should be okay, but traditionally, how we've all been conditioned, if a girl approaches a guy in public that they don't know each other, and for the first time, she feels that the guy looks at him favorably and looks at her favorably, and she thinks she likes him, and she approaches instead of he approached. Well, unfortunately, the way it's been conditioned in guys' head, you lose ground, you lose sovereignty, you lose independence, you make the guy feel that he's all that and you're not much, and unless you can easily express your vision of the salutation, of the greetings, of the contact, unless you do that clearly, he may think that he can take advantage of you and be maybe later on not so cordial, or some of them may actually feel weird, or rather frightened, intimidated, that she's so bold that if she can do it with them, she may do it with other guys. The fact that guys always hit on the girls anyhow, and now the so-called girlfriend is going to be the one who also hit on the guy, so they may not actually feel comfortable with that bold move. So I think the best thing for you would be, you know, stay in power by giving him the kind of look that you girls do give when you're interested in someone, and let him, and let's see if he's got the guts to come and say hello. And then you would at least have kept your, you know, feeling of that you're not throwing yourself at the guy, and that the guy has to come up with some expressions of positive gesture and cordial behavior and prove himself to you. So short of the long is no. Aso says, Mehran, why would one feel like she wants to have babies from her ex, but she also know that he is not the committed kind of guys? Because she wants to create a certain, she wants to bring to fruition a certain vision she has, certain image she wants to have of herself in the society, that she is accomplished, she's a lady, and she wants to stamp that by being pregnant and being someone's wife. And a shortcut to the kind of a image she wants to have, a respectful image she wants to have of herself, she's trying to create a shortcut. Instead of finishing her studies, get a good career, and create that image of discipline and class and importance, maturity by her accomplishments in life, rather than by just getting pregnant. That's kind of expresses the way many guys may think about the girlfriend that they have. They're so aroused by her, they want her so much, that even if they don't know her well, and even if she's not their girlfriend yet, well, because they're so infatuated by her, they think that she's good enough for them to have a baby together. They want to, you know, they will have that vision. But that's more of a lust, a sexual lust, than actual thought through a feeling of wanting to have a family together. On what basis? You don't even know her. And in your case, you don't even know the guy. What do you mean you want to have baby with the guy? These are all shortcuts for you to create that image you have of yourself in your mind, the way you want to be seen by the others, or the kind of a stature that you want to create for yourself, being someone's wife, have a baby, you know, these are not nonsense. Go for that power way of getting that independence and maturity and echelon that you're looking for. Accomplish yourself, get your studies done, get a good career if you want, and then when you're in power and independent, then you choose a man based on his merits and behavior and consciousness and maturity and all the other things that you expect. And then after a year or two or whatnot, then you guys decide if that is something to pursue or not, to have a baby. What do you mean? It's not a chocolate factory to just, you know, okay, let's have a chocolate, let's have a baby. All right. Aso says, why would anyone have baby fever with their ex, although they know they aren't suitable for? Because you want to possess him, you want to conquer him, you want to tell him that he belongs to you and that you belong to him. It's a lust, it's a possession, it's the feeling of want to seal the deal in a way of that you own him, you have conquered, you have accomplished what it is that you think it's important for you to accomplish in that relationship, and you want to do it through that. It's mostly that and lust. Otherwise, It's like you want to prove that you won. What is that you want to win? Some guy who hasn't decided that he's at the place that he wants to have a family, and then you want to force it upon the situation. It's neither good for you nor for him. But that's got nothing to do with wanting to have a family with the right guy. It's just about you want to possess, conquer, feel that you won, and have a feeling of you've created something that you two belong to each other. You know, lust. So nothing really more. Now let me go back to where Steve Drier, I don't know if I'm pronouncing last name correctly. Steve says, was seeing a woman for 18 months. She is divorced. She's a divorcee whose husband has married. She tells me we have lots of fun together, which we do, but at some point I wanted to go to the level which level? Next level, you mean? She not sure she wants, so it's killing me inside. Remember, guys, we had a deal. If you are asking a question, specifically asking a question, I would like to know where you're tuning in from, what part of the world, how old you are, and if it's not visible, you know, clear, man, if you're a man or a woman. That helps me out. The age helps me out, where you come from helps me out, and of course what your gender is helps me out to better deliver my response to you. So for your question, Steve, I want to know how old you are, how old she is, and where you're tuning in from. So I'll wait until I get that information. I go to Avatar. Avatar says, my favorite Mehran saying is, why does a donkey piss on this? Yeah, it looks like few people have expressed that's their favorite. Maybe I should have a t-shirt design with that saying on it. Maybe we'll sell lots of t-shirts and the channel would have some money. So we can do more stuff. And he says, because it's a donkey. I know, it cracks me up too, myself. So let's see if Steve has responded to my expectations. Steve says, we're both 50. Ah, there we go, see? Steve says 50 years old, Canada. Oh my goodness, my own countryman. Okay, now let's go back to Steve's question then. So Steve says that he's been with this lady for 18 months and she's divorcee. Steve, how long has it been that she's a divorcee? Like, when did she break up? Or has it been long enough? I guess it's been long enough, because it says she's a divorcee whose husband has remarried. She tells me we have lots of fun, but at the same point, I want to go to the next level. She's not sure what she wants, so it's killing me inside. Okay. Steve says, I have started no contact to help get my head straight. And we're both 50 years old from Canada, he says. Steve, what's the hurry? What's the big deal? What do you want? Sign on a dotted line that she's your girlfriend? What next level? Why do you want to go to next level? For what? What is it that you want to prove? To whom do you want to prove whatever it is that you think you want to prove? To you? Suddenly you feel accomplished because some woman is now officially your girlfriend? What good is that? The fact is she has feelings for you, you have feeling for her, and you guys are having fun. Okay, great. If at this age 50, she's having fun with the man that she likes, and the man likes her and has fun with her, and she still can't figure out if she wants to have a relationship or not, why are you pushing to have a relationship in a formal way? What's there in it for you? It's only an image. You have an image of yourself to be with a woman of certain kind, and then that would make you feel wonderful or accomplished. So your whole accomplishment and maturity in life is about to be in a relationship with some woman that what kind of accomplishment is that? That's a relationship, a friendship, pleasure, intimacy. Lovely. But why would that be so important to make it like public that she's with me or I'm with her? If she doesn't want it, or if she's not clear about it, so be it. Enjoy your life. Are you seeking psychological security and you think by her committing a word, uttering a word that, yeah, I'm with you. So what happened? The same word that was uttered that makes her your girlfriend, or you think and you see that it's in public, she can change it the next way, or you can change it the next way. So what words really matter? Nothing. It's just enforces that vision you have, that image you have, you prefer to have of this whole day-to-day life of yours, which you want to have an image of you that in reality is an agreement with another woman that you guys are together. So what's the value of that? What does that do? Still, you have to be nice to her. She has to be nice to you before it works. Still, you got to go to work and pay attention to your duties and responsibilities. So what is it that you think? It's what? It's a star on your, what is it, a high school that I got, or elementary school? I got a star, I'm a good boy. You want to feel you're a good boy because some girl said okay to you in a relationship? She's already with you. She's having fun with you. So enjoy it. But you want that security. And you think once you get that security through her approval or admittance that you guys are together, that will be what? Something you can rely on? How many people have gotten married, signed on the dotted line that they're married, and yet they got divorced? So that agreement, so to speak, that you're looking for, that you want to go to the next level. What's the next level? You're already seeing her, you're having fun with her, you're making love to her, she's making love to you, you're intimate, you're doing all these things. What does that signature or that announcement of we're together suddenly do? Does it give you a more of a what? I don't know, a feeling of intimacy, or what? Is it what? A different level of what? What? Answer this question to yourself before you pout and go no contact and all that shit. Life is short. What are you looking for? Huh? She was married before and she's divorced. She had that signed. And you're looking for that signature to complete your arrangement with her, your relationship with her? You think that does it? Well, it's been done all around the world. They still get divorced. It doesn't help. It's bonding on consciousness level, liking each other, feeling good for each other, supporting each other, compatible, communication, All that is really what keeps a family or keeps a relationship together or not. Not that signature or promise. People change. Therefore, whatever has made you the promise, which is in the consciousness of that person, will change when that person changes. We can't think that because she said, yes, we are now boyfriend, girlfriend. A big bloody deal. Now what? So what? It's the action, it's the effort that is really making a relationship work or not words. Words have been uttered in all kinds of places and all kinds of cultures and religions, and they still don't hold when people decide for it. It's no longer valid. It's not the paper they sign, it's what they think. So right now you guys are in a good place. Enjoy it while it lasts. And if someday stopped, the hell with it. You did your best. You were a good person, decent. She was good. Enjoyed it. Now you guys have changed as everything else changes in the universe, in nature. And somehow you should perhaps pursue a different relationship. That's how it is. Hasn't it been the same way that I just described till now? You were in a relationship before, perhaps a committed one. She was definitely in a committed one. She was married, you said. But it changed and you guys moved on. You moved on, you found her, and maybe before her you found other ones, and she found you, and before you maybe she found other ones. Who knows? So what I'm trying to tell you is that stop this high school games. It's your mind, it's your psychological need that is looking for her commitment of sort, word. There is a commitment already. And if she doesn't want to, at age 50, she wants to fool around, play around, find other options, she's not your girl. She's not your cup of tea. Move on. You don't need that. But if she obviously with her actions shows that you guys are great together, enjoying, wants to have a semi-committed relationship at least you guys are exclusive. You guys are not flying around here and there like a sparrow on different branches. You're settled with your choice. Then what else do you want? There is no guarantee of any kind in any relationship, so what are you looking for? Don't waste life. What next level? You go next level, next level, next level, and suddenly then the level is there, but then everything plateaus and you guys haven't connected yet, then it just falls apart like hers did, like everybody else, many other people's marriages do. So what's the race to the next level? What's in the next level? What? Are they serving sweets? What is it? What's the next level? This is the next level where you are. Any level could be that level that you want it to be. Just make a good effort. And let her prove herself to you as well. Don't shadow her like she's such an anomaly. You got to go and make sure you'll have her. No, that's why she's not sure, because you're so available. Just do your thing. If you have time and she has time, spend with each other. If not, don't suck up to her. And you can see she's not sucking up to you. So make it balanced. Don't be so needy, then you won't expect her to commit to anything. Let her be free and you be free. But if she's not exclusive to you and you're not exclusive to her, then you guys move on. Otherwise, there's no level. That's what I think. Anyhow, for your level. All right. Let's see. Rashid says, hey Mehran, how are you doing? Thank you, Rashid. Good to see you here. Jack, hello. Hello, dear. Rashid says, now can I manage after class stress? Oh, how? How can I manage after class stress? After class stress? I'm a mathematics teacher. Ah, okay. And I have some issues in managing classroom? I have a lot of rowdy students. Ah, very good question. Very good question. I know you're waiting for the answer. I just said very good question, but you know, no guarantees I give you an answer. All right, let's talk about that. It's a very good question, guys. Where was it? Lost. Okay. All right. So, is it the stress that you want to handle, or is it the classroom that you want to handle? Remember, you're a mathematics teacher, and mathematics is very sweet and very enjoyable if you're in the groove of it, if you've learned it. Otherwise, if you haven't learned it and you haven't found the enjoyment in it, you don't know enough of it, like most students in the classroom, you will find it very, very boring. Puts you to sleep. You don't even bloody know why you're doing that, because there is no basic use for it at the moment that you're being taught, that you're learning. You cannot see the use of that, you know, in brackets a plus b, bracket close, power of 2. a2 plus b2 plus ab, something like that, if I remember that. So, what I'm trying to say is that in order to control them, don't try to control them. Try to show them what role math plays in their lives. Bring some examples, do some research, figure out what role math plays in the food that they eat, the amount of fertilizer they use, the formula that has created the safe fertilizer they use on growing the food. The mathematic equations takes place in order to figure out how much food is necessary for this plant, what kind of soil, what kind of nutrients should be in there, what kind of water and light and everything else, and the fact that they fly by an aircraft going from one place to another. What's the role of mathematics in that aircraft flying? What's the role of mathematics in the clean water they drink? What's the role of mathematics in the medicine that helps them to heal from diseases? What's the role of mathematics in everything else? The structures that they're sitting in and the roof is not falling on their heads. If you show them the use of mathematics in their lives and the reach of a humanity from Stone Ages to here, what role mathematics played in it, the reach that we want to have to other solar systems and, you know, exploring the space, and what the role of mathematics has been in the Voyagers and before that the Apollo projects and everything else that's gone into calculating how this craft could fly and reach that certain planet, whether it's Mars or so on, and the role of mathematics in landing on Mars, and in medicine, in food, in glasses that they're wearing. If you show them the role of mathematics in their lives, they may become interested to learn the damn thing. But if they're doing it for a grade, they don't give a shit, because all they think about is when was their last erection and which girl they like and which game they can buy to play, how much money they can get from their parents to do this and that. You know, their attention is not on the use of mathematics because they don't know what the uses of are. So that may bring a little bit of respect. And then you can, you know, make it a little bit interesting by having maybe a little bit of a special, interesting prize at the end of the month for people who have had good attention, not good grades, good attention in the class. And basically, these sort of little game brings them into the whole idea of helping with learning rather than just being there and you. Now, right now, there's a division. They're a student, you're the teacher. You want to help them to become part of the teaching. Why? The interest about mathematics, wanting to win that prize because they've been paying attention, a little bit of funny quizzes with no grades or repercussions on their grades, but it just gives them a, you know, plus mark for their attendance, which would help them to get closer to getting that particular gift. That could be, I don't know, something. Or it could be a bonus on their exam if they're paying attention, that they score a certain point on attending, having good attention in the class. They could have one extra bonus point when they're short in their exams, when the actually exam time comes. All these bonuses will bring them interested to pay attention to what you're saying, which would then in turn makes it easier to handle the class because they are having a vested interest in there. They're now cooperating. They get some benefits from it. And you will have less stress. Having said that, you can always come home and do a meditation. And you can go on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com. Pick up the ebook, Me, My Psyche, and I. In there, from chapter, I think, 32 to 40 or something like that, there are things about the mind. And there's a big chapter on meditation. And you will learn how important it is for you to let your mind relax and take the load off of your mind. Because if we stand up and holding something heavy in our hands for long enough time, eventually we'll collapse because we can't hold it longer. Now, if we constantly take stress on our mind, which most challenges in our daily life is mental, is not physical, so we're carrying a certain kind of a weight on our mind, and if we don't learn how to let go that weight and free ourselves from that weight, just like when we're holding something heavy on our hand, we eventually let it go and sit down on the couch, put our feet up, take the load off of our legs, off of our feet. That's what we say. Now, if we don't learn how to take the load off of our mind by learning the art of meditation, strengthening it, and making it possible, able to hold more of a stress and deal with the stress better because it becomes stronger, then the stress will show itself. But if we do these exercises, like in chapter 32 of the Me, My Psyche, and I think you will find it, says meditation. And that will help you to do that and then strengthen your mind so the stresses will not feel so heavy, just like when you go to the gym and exercise and get bigger muscles. Then same weight that was giving you trouble at the beginning is not that much of a trouble anymore because your muscles are now stronger. Same thing with the mind. You can train it through meditation so it'll be stronger and more connected to the nature's energy, and the energy flow would be stronger, and the stress level, ability to take stress levels will go higher. So these things will not stress you that much. And if it does, you come home, you meditate, and the stress will diminish. Now, such a nice place that I don't want to come out every time I hit there. So now, I hope that is something helpful to you. Rashid, let's go to Mark. Says, yo back, Mark. Nigel Pereira says, thanks. A couple of years ago, you really motivated me and picked me up through one of your videos. Well, I'm delighted that you enjoyed the videos, Nigel. Teresa says, hello everyone. Hello Mehran. Hello Teresa. I don't have anything to add, just here to support the live stream and hope everyone is doing well. Wonderful. Glad to see you here, Teresa, and thank you for your kindness and joining us. Just let us know where you're tuning in from and how old you are, and that would be great. Aso says, what is love and what is lust? What's the difference? How can one be an adult mature? You will know what is an adult. Adult is the one who thinks about the consequences of an action before he or she commits to that action. The one who's not adult, or even adults sometimes do it, or often, they do the action, whatever it is, and then they wonder, oh, so now how am I going to fix the consequences? So think about the outcome of an action, a decision that you're about to make, before you actually make that decision or action. That is pretty much a simplified definition of how to be an adult. Now, the difference between love and lust is when you really like someone and you want to have sex, you know, with the guy that you like. That's all. Or a guy sees a woman and it's lust. It's just all he thinks is he's programming, that he wants to be intimate with that girl and doesn't even know the girl. So it can't be love. Because how can you love someone if you don't know that person? And then we come to the definition of a person. What is that person? That person is not the avatar. It's not how that person looks physically. That's part of his entity, his being. But a person, the actual person, is what he or she has in her consciousness. The conditionings, the beliefs, the religions, the traditions, what he or she has been exposed to, the people he or she has met, things that you've learned, places you've gone, things you've read, the news that you've heard, the dogmas, the traditions, the religions. All these have formed a consciousness. And that is who you are. Not you in your high heels and, you know, polished nails and pretty hair, or the guy in his suit and car and money. You know, these are not describing clearly the personality, the persona, the center of a human being. So you cannot love someone when you don't know about these things that we just talked about of that person. You can only fall in love with a person when you know these things about it. If you want to be intimate with a person, that is not love, unless you have gone through knowing each other, through understanding each other's consciousness, bonding on conscious level, knowing how your psyche is put together, knowing each other's fears, desires, and ego, understand the relationship with your thoughts and your consciousness, and then each other's. Then you begin to know that person in a way that you can decide if you can admire, love that person or not. Otherwise, it's lust if you haven't gotten there. You think it's love because it's very difficult when you're sexually interested in a girl that you see to know that this is not love, because you consider that interest as something positive, and you consider that must be filled with emotions, and those emotions are positive, respectful emotions, and you consider that to be from love of your heart, from your love. But how could you love an entity without knowing what makes that entity, that physical entity, tick, which is all in her or his head, which is her consciousness, his consciousness. Before you know that, how that entity, that beautiful entity that you have interest in being intimate with, ticks and functions and thinks, what is the programming that makes this physical being move, act, and react in a certain way that it does? How can you love? Because you don't know. You can only love someone when you know that person. And to know that person means you got to know their psyche, their consciousness. And by just simply having lust for them, you doesn't mean that you also know their consciousness. But knowing their consciousness and already knowing about them, as we talked about, you can also then have lust for them as well, not the other way around. All right, hope that is something for you to think about. Whisper 31, male, California, says, working. Guys, take a moment, click on the like. If you don't click on the like, I've got 17 people here. I better see 17 likes. And I say that always, and it is always short. If bloody you don't like it, what are you doing here? I need the likes. Every video that you watch, like it if you like it, because it helps us to be visible. We're still not visible. You know? We are moving like a turtle in the number of subscribers. Over 300,000 people like one of my videos, and they've sent thousands of reviews of thank yous and appreciation, how it saved their lives and all that so forth. But I don't see 300,000 subscribers. Why is it that people don't click on the subscribe button when they're benefiting from the video, that they actually like it and write a comment on it? So, to avoid that, please share the videos on your social media, and do like the videos, and especially like it now. It takes a moment. And if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Now, Whisper says, working at a nightclub as side gig. Aha. A gorgeous bartender is giving me all the right signs. Lucky you. She asks me if I needed a ride home and told me her boyfriend is not coming home tonight. Ouch. Well, obviously it's not tonight and the chance is gone. So why are you bringing it up now? You want to tease yourself? Or is she doing that every night? Is she asking that every night? And Whisper says, that turned me off. Should I even talk to her? Of course you should talk to her. Why not? Just, you know, just talk to her, be friend with her, but don't act on what you don't believe you should act, what you don't think it's proper, or what you don't think it's up your standards. But stay in touch with her, be friend with her. Why not? Why not? If things change, maybe a few months from now, she might say, listen, she's broken up with her boyfriend. And then you will consciously, in your conscious, you feel fine, and then you can make a decision there. So why should you not talk to her? Well, you know. So let's go to Carpe Diem. Oh, it's been a long time, Carpe Diem. Where have you been? Carpe Diem says, I've missed so many of your notifications. I'm glad you are streaming. What happened to you? What happened to you? You disappeared. I just remembered you now that you appeared. Carpe Diem says, Mehran, is being alone better than being with a partner? More freedom? What is better? They both have their places. There is not one or the other. There is certainly, definitely a need for being alone with the nature, to be strong, to strengthen yourself, to feel one with the source, to understand where you come from, where your power comes from, how connected you are to the nature, meditate in nature, understand that you are made out of the same energy that the rest of the things in the nature are made, and that will give you a power, a sense of belonging, that through that aloneness you will find belonging, and you will find not loneliness. Through aloneness you will find connection and defies all loneliness, and you find out that you're never lonely because you're alone, all with one. You've spent time with nature, you've found your place in nature, how connected and one you are with the mighty nature universe. That's how you can notice it, only when you're alone, not when you're all distracted by all these expectations and hooplas and sparkles and things like that, emotions that is going back and forth, positive or negative, other people, distractions that doesn't really let you see how grounded you can be, how powerful you can be, and where the real power comes from, and what power you're connected to, which is the nature. And that comes only when you're alone with it, to see how powerful and connected you are with it. So there's definitely a place for that. But there's also definitely a place to have a relationship and to find the woman that you feel comfortable with, caressed, compatible, communicative, share experiences, share moments. But too much of either one is going to make you feel not complete, because you will be jeopardizing on the balance. You gotta have each one of them in proper proportion. So when you're in a relationship, you must have some ability to create that connection with nature. When you have enough time spent with your projects, yourself, and researching things that you like to do on your own, by yourself, and connecting with nature, then you also would like to be with the partner, the woman that you love to be, or to cherish the moment, or I don't know, have a good conversation, or be intimate, or however both of you decide. So human being likes to have a partner, wants to have a partner, brings tranquility and certain kind of a certain bit of that elusive psychological security. So everything in its own place. There's no one better than the other. Now, I usually talk about one kind of relationship in my deliveries. You guys switch it to the kind of relationship that you're interested in. But if I want to go him, her, this, that, there's too many tangents, and I will lose the delivery. So, you guys set it for the kind of interest that you have. But human being likes to be in a relationship, and human being needs to be alone as well to feel how powerful one is. Mark says, for me, I don't want to rush. Oh, I see. I missed the beginning. Whisper says, oh, I see. Teresa is talking to Whisper, and Whisper says, I'm looking for anything serious, though. Okay. Aso says, Mehran, the t-shirts idea is not bad. Well, let's see. We have turned the $100 books to $5.99 and $6.99 or $4.99. Instead of t-shirts. Let's see how many people will actually take advantage of the special prices that I turned all those expensive printed books into e-books so everybody could afford it. Once we sell enough of those, then I'll get on with the t-shirt. Otherwise, it's just waste of time, because if they're not willing to spend $4 or $5 to get a book that will help them to learn a thing or two, they wouldn't be spending $30 or $20 for a t-shirt. So before I go to any other product, I gotta see the number of purchases on ebooks increase dramatically, and also to see number of subscribers increase. Then we'll go from there. Asso says, I would buy the one which says, who gives a shit? Okay. All right. Once we hit those numbers, then I'll have those books. In fact, I had a t-shirt set up with a company who actually disappointed me with the one that I ordered myself, and I never saw the delivery. I think they had lost the order and they wanted to redo it, but I didn't want to deal with them anymore. There's a number of sayings that you could have chosen any of my sayings to be printed on your t-shirt. That's what I will do when I eventually get that mechanism going with a different company. Then I will have 7 or 10 sayings that from which you can choose, and that saying would be printed on your t-shirt with the logo of the channel. So let's see. Mark says, this girl I'm seeing wants to see me more. Okay, what's better than that? It's been 2 weeks. I'm trying to stay on my purpose and not get carried away. It only just seems like I was chasing her. Once or twice a week is enough. And Mark continues, for me, I don't want to rush into the intimacy, but fear that I'll fall into the friend zone. I think she's used to guys chasing her, and I'm just being chilled, and that seems to be attractive to her. Well, don't chill too much. You might freeze. So if you guys like each other, well, then, you know, have some balls and, you know, take a chance, have a relationship, and see where it goes. If it didn't work, well, it didn't work. It's not the end of the world. And if it did work, well, great. And whatever it is, you guys like each other, so don't play games. Just whatever makes you feel comfortable. But anyhow, Mark says, I need to figure out how to let things happen rather than plan and stress. Yeah, sure, no plans. But it's not the end of the world if it didn't work, and it's not the you know, the heavenly gates opening if it works. It's just part of life. No big deal. Just you know, think it through. Teresa says, I feel you. There's too many hot bartenders in California to mess with one that's got such low life standards. Okay, yeah. Mark says 34 UK. Thank you, 34 UK. Aso says, Mehran, how to know you're dealing with a boy rather than a man? From their action, their behavior, their I forgot the word. Generosity in emotions, in time, in efforts, in understanding. You know, in the fact that they're not playing games. Because, you know, playing games is like when you're very young, which you are, right? So you can tell from their behavior and how they treat you and the level of expectations and level of their ego and desire for attention, to receive attention and to receive kudos for their behavior. All of that makes a difference between a man and a boy. Steve says she had a 4-year affair on her husband before divorce. So I don't know if she's playing games with me or what. Oh, I see. Well, listen, if she hasn't gotten it together by the age 50 and she still thinks she's a spring chicken, that's a trouble girl. So let her come to her senses, let her appreciate you, don't start running after her. As much as I approve anyone at any age depending on their consciousness and their behavior, but she is 50 years old. So if she still thinks she's 25, she's got problems. So her behavior should reflect that. Is she just want to go there, be like that, party or bars or this guy or that guy just to make herself have the illusion that she's still got it? Well, then that's not the girl that you want to spend time with. You're at the age that you look for stability, sincerity, maturity, and you see that in behavior of people, not necessarily in their age. But if this one has the age and you still see that sort of behavior that you expect, maturity and class and so on, in her at that age, you know, just move on, or at least don't pursue until she comes to her senses. Some people like this who, even at their maturity age, still don't know what the hell it is all about or they want, they will hardly ever know it until it's too late. And you wouldn't want to spend your time. There's something else I want to tell you, I forgot. So let's go. Let's go to Aso. Says, my ex would say stuff like, meet me on the higher level. High like me, of course. Of may say stuff that validates his ego or whatever. Does this makes him a narcissistic person? Yeah, it makes him an asshole. So just, you know, move on. Even if it is not his level, so to speak, if it's not your level, you don't turn around and say, meet me at my higher level. Yeah, fuck off. What kind of a level is it? You're still learning, and suddenly you think you have a level. Instead of, why don't you, whatever your level is, share. Say what it is that you want, you need, what it is that you want to share with this woman, what is it that you expect, instead of just talking in a way that makes you feel empowered by putting down your partner. That's immaturity on its own. Excalibur, hola Mehran, he says, and hola Excalibur. Hope you're doing fine. He says, I just recovered from a toothache last night. Damn it, Mehran. It drove me crazy. I almost cried with pain. Lol, yes, toothache is bad. So I hope you've gone to the dentist and check and make sure it's not an infection and take care of it. It's very important to take care of any infection in the mouth. It's very close to the bloodstream, to the brain, to everything else. You know, you don't want to have infection in your mouth or anywhere, but for that matter. So I'm glad that you're feeling better. Yes, listen to Aso, guys. Please go like the stream. It's been past maybe half an hour. There's 17 people here, though. You should have had an idea now by now. You like it or you don't like it. If you like it, click on like. For heaven's sake. Okay. Now, Lottie. Oh, before that. Oh, how many? Oh, my goodness. I thought I would end of it. There we go. My goodness. How many? All right. Mark says, one of the issues I have is this girl wants to text a lot, but texting constantly can kill attraction. Attraction grows in space. I like the attention, but want to balance it when we're apart. I forgot. Which one was that? Is that the 50-year-old girl, Mark? Or is it the bar tender. Yeah. When the questions are answered and I go on and I don't remember exactly what. The girl that you're seeing for the past 2 weeks and she wants to text a lot. Well, you just text as much as you want. And if she asks you why you don't text, say, listen, you know, I think texting is great, but it's so easy to misunderstand and I don't want to cause that. And I feel better if we spend time with each other than just texting, because it's trying to replace the time that we could spend to get to know each other thoroughly and enjoy sharing time through activities. And it's like a kind of a replacement for the real relationship, and I don't want that. It's not enjoyable for me as much. It's like watching a movie of a sport instead of playing the sport. So you can explain that way and then she'll probably understand. All right. Wookie says, hi, I'm unsure if you remember me. I remember the Wookie, but I don't remember exactly what we talked about. And he says, but hi again. I messaged you many months ago, but about how much you helped me. Oh, I'm delighted that I was able to make a difference. I'm glad. Welcome to my lair, as Dr. Evil would say. Teresa says, okay, Teresa's talking Excalibur ties into it. Teresa, Excalibur says, now that I am not feeling pain, I feel a lot of gratitude, Mehran. Oh yeah, maybe humans need some pain from time to time to be thankful. The pain that would not be causing him harm, maybe. But no, I can be appreciative of life without any pain. Carpe Diem says, is being alone a curse or a gift? Carpe Diem, I discussed this, I guess, perhaps before I saw your question. When somebody asks, is it better to be alone or be in a relationship? That's where the response lies. When I put it back up, I think it would be, maybe you can take a look at it. Maybe I'll trim that in a separate video by itself. I think it would help lots of clarity for lots of people. Carpe Diem says, thumbs up for Mehran. Oh, thank you. 13 watching only. It says 17 here. Only 11 thumbs up. Okay, good. He's rallying you around to make sure that you guys... It's been over half an hour. We have 17 people. I gotta see 17 likes at least. Teresa says, oops, 36 female Chicago. Ooh, Chicago, a windy city. It turned pretty cold here last night and it's chilly now. I remember when I was in Chicago, it was a beautiful experience. I was there for a pharmaceutical convention years ago. I had invented this little dispenser thingy and I was there. And at night, one night, close to my hotel, just start walking out, and I found this little place that stairway would go down. It was like a basement thing. From the street level, you would go down. It's like underground. And in there was a beautiful jazz group, beautiful bar with a jazz group in it. It was a beautiful atmosphere. I don't know how to describe it. And you know, real traditional jazz. I think one of those things you see in the movie. It was quite impressive. I had not had that experience at that age. I was like, I don't know what. I was like, I think I was in my 30s or 20s. 30s. Yeah, I was in my early 30s or late 20s. So I still hadn't seen the real, authentic jazz bar, like, you know, these musicians were playing jazz in Chicago. So DJ Hefner says, how do you move on from ex when you have a baby with them? Be the best father you can be to the baby. Focus on being the best father. Your whole motivation would be your work, making money, providing for that child, and channel your love to that child, to your responsibilities and duties. Make yourself proud of who you are by attending to what you need to attend. Be nice to the mother of the child regardless, because you love the child and you want the child to have a good environment, to be raised with love, feeling the love of the mother and the love of the father. Regardless of what you guys feel about each other, at one point you guys did love each other. And now things have changed, you guys have changed, she has changed, or whatever the reason or situation was, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you have a child together, and this child should feel loved from both of you. And for that, you need to treat each other with respect. Regardless of what trouble you guys have caused each other, whoever caused, doesn't matter. Focus on what energy you will extend towards the child, the environment that the child is being raised. That is what your focus should be, and that would help you to see the real role you have, the truth of your role, and you will move on, because you will see what's the most important thing, the child or your memories. The child. So focus on that. Be the best father you can be. And then in time, when you're ready, you may or may not find another woman that would and must treat your child safely, lovingly, respectfully. It's going to be a challenge, but I'm sure you can handle it. You can handle anything, especially when it comes to your loved ones. Don't bring a date in front of your child. Your child doesn't like to see that. And hopefully your woman, your ex, will not bring a guy in front when the child is with her. So you can go on date when the child is with mom, and the mom can go on date or whatever she wants to do when the child is with you. Make sure you get joint custody. Be a father. Don't just accept the fact that the child should be with the mother or whatever. That's nonsense. So I hope that will help out. And on other angles, there's so many videos that I have on this channel, over 1,200 videos, and many of them, if you just see how to move on, there's actually a playlist called How to Move On, and in it there are many different angles that you can also use it, whether you have a child with your ex or you don't. Hope that would be something helpful to you. DJ, that's the first time you're here. Hefner, I think it's the first time I see this name. Anyhow, welcome. Navid says you should make an audiobook as well. Well, audiobook takes lots of time for me to turn the books to audio. I mean, the Breakup Pain Handbook is 600 pages. Me, My Psyche, and I is 360 pages. Transient Thoughts and Me is about 200 pages. For the life of me, I won't be able to sit down and read all that and with my own voice to deliver it properly. Otherwise, it'll be like robotic sound. That's easy, I guess. Ken B. It's first time you're here, I believe. I've never seen this name here on my subscriber list or comments that I receive on the channel, commentators, or on the live streams. 33 male, what? North Carolina? Is that where you are? NC? In regards to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, do we need love, belonging? Do we need love / belonging to reach self-actualization? If we never find that love, are we doomed? No, not at all. Because you have to focus on what love is, and if love, in your opinion, is or is not limited to love for another human being. Love and lust and intimacy, is that what you call love? Is that what you think belonging means when you actually have a feeling of lust for someone that you think you love? But the love goes beyond that. Love, belonging, well, love, life, love, nature, love, energy of the universe, belong to the nature, belong to the source, belong to the universe, belong to the energy that has created all of us and flows from one end of the universe to the other end of the universe, and you're part of it and passes through you. Be one with that source. That's the belonging. If you understand where you come from, how connected you are with the nature, how connected you are to the universe, what you are made out of. You're made out of the same thing that these trees and the oceans and everything and the molecules of the air and everything else is made out of. Then you are already part of a bigger thing, and belonging is not an issue anymore, because naturally you are part of this puzzle. You are a drop of the ocean. It's like saying the drop of the ocean should learn how to belong. It's a drop of the ocean that already belongs to the ocean. You are an energy, part of the energy of the universe. You are part of the energy of the universe. It's not like you're an independent energy. When you stand in front of the ocean and scoop down and get a little bit of water in your hands and bring it up, you say, my water. In your eyes, it's your water. But in the eyes of the great ocean, is part of the great ocean's water. The same thing. You have encased some energy, some life in you, and you say, my life. It's only in your mind that it is considered your life. In the eyes of the great universe, is part of the great universe's life. So you already belong. You don't have to strive to belong through other fragments that are part of the whole, and thinking by joining and becoming associated with a fragment of the whole, now you are belonging. Well, you are just as a fragment than as the fragment that you're joining in to belong. So if you're joining another fragment of the whole, then you feel you belong. Well, you're also a fragment of the whole. Why don't you just belong without joining any other fragment? You are part of this universe. You are one of those drops of the ocean. So you are already ocean, part of the ocean. You already belong. You don't need to go and find another drop and say, let's be friends together so I can belong, so I can feel the belonging. But she also is just a fragment of something bigger. So why don't you just focus on the bigger thing that you're part of, rather than another fragment of what you're all part of. So you don't need to love or belong to reach self-actualization. You call it. What is self-actualization? You are. You don't have to actualize what is. Don't perceive yourself. See yourself as what it is. Part of the energy that flows throughout the universe. You are as responsible for the completion of the flow of this energy and this universe as it is, as other things in the universe are responsible for its fulfillment, its flow, its completion. And your benefits of what they contribute to the universe is just as much as your contribution to the universe that others benefit. So we're all belonging. So your purpose for being and understanding who you are is not about just loving and feeling belonging by attaching yourself to a nation, a flag, or religion, or tribe. It's bigger than that, what you belong. You already belong to the whole source. But by trying to belong, you're actually diminishing what you are already part of. You're cutting a piece of the whole big pie, and you say, I now belong to this small piece, where I used to belong to actually the whole thing, to the whole pie. So that's why I'm saying you don't need to. And in order to actualize yourself is, what does that fucking shit means? Actualize. You are here. What do you want to actualize the actualized? You need to focus on what are you, how you put together. What is your consciousness? Where does it come from? You want to understand yourself? Understand how is your consciousness put together. Where does a thought come from? What is ego? Where your fears come from? What is fear? Is there such a thing as fear? What is time? What is pleasure? What is desire? Where does desire come from? How is it born? When you understand the relationship between all these, then you understand who you are. That's when you recognize what you're hoping to recognize. Plus the fact, never forget, you are part of the whole. Already you belong. So finding something, another fragment of the whole thing in order to consider yourself belonging to something, is rather silly, isn't it? Because you already belong to the whole. Now you want to take a chip out of it and say, I belong to this, so therefore now I belong. Well, you belong to the whole thing to begin with. Why do you want to, stick to one part of it? Anyhow, said enough. I think you got the gist of it. Let's move on. I think it would be very helpful if you guys go on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, and click on the books and listen to the short video on each book. Then click on the table of contents of the books, see what's covered, and then click further and read a sample chapter that you can read on that. And then I highly recommend you guys pick up the book, not the printed matter part. It's expensive. I've turned the whole $80 $100 books into ebooks, and they're like $4, $5, $6, something like that. So pick up Me, My Psyche and I ebook. Me, My Psyche and I think it's $5.99. Very, very good book as far as giving you details, insight. And it's got a large portion, I think from chapter 32 to chapter 40, things to do with mind needs a home, meditation, and all the things that you perhaps have questioned about, and a lot more. I think it would worth a look. And that will help out a lot in helping you understand your connection with the universe as well. Willpower and all that. Now, Lottie says, female 40-year-old UK, and Lottie says, I was listening and you were saying about how some videos you have made have thousands view. This means that these videos will be promoted on the YouTube algorithm. Yes, yes, they do, but it doesn't reflect the subscribers. They see it, they enjoy it, they go and they make lots of nice comments. I've got thousands of comments on few of these videos, many of them. Lottie says, so I looked up for you to see if I could suggest something, and I found videos on YouTube explaining how to add a tag on these videos saying please subscribe. For example, also on this tag, when you press on this tag, you can easily subscribe. I thought maybe you could go back to some of your popular uploads and go this, so you could get more subscribers. Do you mean in the description right here? Like, for example, right now in the description I have my name and the name of the channel, and then few links, and then it says a friendly discussion with friends around the world about many different topics having to do with thoughts, consciousness, fear, desire, ego, da da da. This description, you want me to say please subscribe in this description? Hardly anybody reads this. On the lower corner of my screen, I have the words please subscribe, the subscribe thing. Perhaps I'm missing something. Where do you think it will, the word subscribe should be? Perhaps there's something here I don't know how to do it. I tried to put the little thingy. I took my emblem, the sitting monk, out and put a simple red button that says subscribe, so it'll be straightforward and clear for people. But I don't know where else I can put that that'll be more visible. I wish this could be bigger. I can see some people have a bigger subscribe button, but anyhow, I do need help there to understand. Is there a button I'm not pushing somewhere? Because I don't know, I'm running out of ideas. Well, our thumbnails have helped tremendously. Olga is a wizard in thumbnails, and she's done a great job, and has given a nice look to the videos, and that has helped a lot, I believe, put us on the map. But still, regardless of how good the thumbnails are or the contents, we still, I guess, need to have enough viewership to be put on the, be recognized by the algorithm. Lottie, thank you so much for your help, though. I appreciate the fact that you thought of it. Now, Tim Anderson says from New Jersey. Hello, Tim. In many cultures, including American culture, there is a romanticization that unless you are in a relationship, you're only half a person. I don't agree. Your thoughts? Of course not. But it is the conditionings that we've gone through it since childhood, that your affirmation comes from the outside, comes from the opinion of the others. And for that affirmation, you got to bend backward. It starts from siblings being played against each other by parents, not intentionally, but that's how it is. That's one way of controlling, and not even that they meant to control us, but that's how it is. They want to make one to behave better. They say, well, look at your brother, or look at your sister, or look at your uncle's daughter or uncle's son, and see how wonderful they are, see how they do this and that. So the comparison. Then you go to school, the teacher compares you with the other children. Oh, so and so got a such and such grade in math. See how wonderful she has I don't know, tied her hair back, and she's sitting so politely, she's paying attention. How wonderful that boy is doing, and he studies so well. So you're always being compared. So you always think that teacher's opinion, mom's opinion, aunt's opinion, or the policeman's opinion, or somebody else's opinion, saying something good about you always is a indication of that you are valuable, and you're more, you're something. And that then, that becomes further exaggerated, magnified when it comes to women. For a heterosexual male who loves women, and women have already been proven to him that they're so important, from their mother, that they fed him, took care of him, cleaned him, cuddled him, gave him feeling of security, to the teachers, that mostly teachers are women, and they've shown their importance in the life of the boy, to teach him, to take directions from them, and they learned the importance of the woman and power of the woman. And then they grow up further in their high school and university, their whole excitement about being with a female, it's in their program, it's in their genes. They long for intimacy, and they want that warmth. So that's another importance of the woman to them. So naturally, they feel the appreciation and approval, recognition of a woman of their being would make them much more than what they are without a woman in a relationship. So that is what we have been conditioned. However, if one would simply focus on the need for intimacy, then the rest of the things that you've been conditioned by the society, that you gotta be with a woman in order to be respected. Because when you're with a woman, all the other guys say, oh, he must be, you know, so lucky, or some, you know, must have a, I don't know, lots of money or good brain or good character, that this beautiful girl is with him. So that is also in your mind, that one reason that you think it's so important to be with a beautiful woman is because you think then the others will feel that you're more. You get certain kind of a echelon. And you're a beggar for feeling good about yourself by other people's image of you. And you do whatever it is in order, even if your relationship with the woman is really not good, but just because she's pretty, you want to hang on to her instead of going and find another woman that you will hit it off on consciousness level. But you hang on to this one, even though she's not of good standards, or you guys are not good together anymore, but she's got the physical beauty, and you think from her physical beauty, being with her, you get certain kind of attention when you're out there, and they think you're so wonderful that such a beautiful woman is with you. Lo and behold, that this beautiful physical being has nothing to do with the person who's actually making this physical avatar move. It could be a piece of shit in the brain that is actually orchestrating the movement of this beautiful physical being. But instead of thinking that way, you think just because she is physically beautiful, that's enough. But you cannot make a relationship with beauty. Beauty is not what you're having a relationship with. It. What makes this beautiful physical being tick, which is in her brain, which is in her consciousness, is what makes the relationship work or not work. You're having a relationship with that, what is making this avatar, this physical being, move, act, and react. That's where you have the relationship with. So, coming back to your comment, that you're only half as much if you're relationship. It's not really that. It's that other things that the society has conditioned you to think. That's why you think you gotta be in a relationship. But having said that, naturally you have natural desires, and you're programmed for procreation. You're programmed to love a woman. So you also have a desire to be with a woman. So it's not all that what the society says, it's also your own desire. You want to be with a woman, but the fact that you guys don't understand each other's consciousness, and you only rely on each other's physical attributes, maybe the beauty of the woman and the possessions that the man has, or money, or whatever it is, however it works, these are other motivations that you bank on. but it always fails if that's the only thing you guys are banking on. So you must try to, when you pursue a woman, should be for the right reasons, not for the reasons that you mentioned or the society expects or you think that you should in order to feel, you know, in a certain way in the eyes of the society or in your own eyes. Just focus on what your program is and choose the best possible candidate with whom you can have good communication, compatibility, and understanding of each other's visions for life, coming from your consciousness, bonding on that level, understanding each other's center. Then you will be free from keeping or continuing the relationship or wanting a relationship because of what the society expects or says, and you will focus on what it does for you and how compatible and togetherness will benefit you both as in your individual lives. And that should be where we should focus on, I think. All right, so now we go to Wookie. Wookie says, I'm 20-year-old UK at Durham University studying law. Ah, good. I'm prone to stress, and as the new academic has just started, I find myself overcommitting to my studies as it's my last year and giving up sports. Aha. No, you shouldn't give up sports. You may want to decrease some extracurricular activities if that is, you know, the things that you really don't have to, but you have to bring balance. Your studies are part of the things that you got to do in order to finish your school and get on with your career. But there is mind and body, right? There is a physical being here. That physical being should also be tuned up in order to release the stress from the studies, in order to feel fit and strong, in order to be balanced for blood circulation and having enough muscle worked out and the energy exchange taking place. Because if you don't spend your energy, you won't get new energy. You will have a cooped up energy. You can only put so much water in a glass of water, in a glass. But when it's filled up, you can't put any more fresh water in it, can you? Then eventually the water spoils and no good even to drink it afterward. So what you need to do is to always empty a little bit so you can get more fresh water mixed with what is in the glass to keep it all balancedly fresh. Same thing, you have a certain energy that's flowing through you, but if you don't exercise it and exude and extend that energy through sports and exercises, you won't be able to receive more new energy from the universe, from the nature. So you got to create that balance. Not overly, but enough exercise to your level, to your fitness level, to feel, what a relaxation is after this sport. I feel so good because the whole, the fact that you're taking part in the sports activities, the dopamine is created, the oxytocin because you're with your friends is created. All that makes you feel good and that natural high, and which changes your mood, and you'll have more appetite for studying and to focus because you've already brought balance and new energy into you by exercises. So a certain level of exercise is necessary for a better performance in your understanding and your efforts for your studies as well. So bring that balance and focus on that and finish your year with better grade because of your sport activities as well. It doesn't have to be overly, just enough to bring you that fresh energy and bring you that balance. But don't put it aside. Just, you know, focus on its moderate level, the level that is needed to keep you fresh and strong at the same time, motivated and happy because of the chemicals that it creates in your brain when you're having such good times. Refrain from drinking if that's, because that's a downer. It's not going to help you with studies. But don't refrain from sports activities. A moderate amount of it, it helps the quality of your retention and studies and understanding and patience and all that too. Because you have a life. And then you'll be more motivated to make this life, more of it. But if your life is boring and just study, 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 you kind of say, what the fuck am I creating? I don't even want to study to have more of this. But if you create the balance, then you can see why you're studying. You're studying for these good things that the study will bring you. You'll be more motivated. So, hope that will be giving you some kind of a pointer to help you out. And Classica says, hello, how is everyone? Hello, Classica. Lottie says, press on this tag, you can easily subscribe. I thought maybe you could go back some, oh, I saw that one, okay. Mr. Awesome Guy, ooh. we certainly don't have any ego problem here, do we? I have been talking to this girl for 2 years. We've been dating for a year and a half. She ended things last week because she was insecure with herself. She said, I didn't do anything, but isn't taking what? But isn't taking as friends? I've been a wreck. I want to be able to be friends, but I seem like for now she has no interest. Remember, guys, I needed to know where you're tuning in from, how old you are, and of course I can see you're a man, but brought those for me, please. Let me know how old you are, because that helps me to deliver what I want to deliver. So I'll just give a pause, go to the next until I hear back from you. Sarah says, you're amazing. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. My pleasure. Thank you for joining us, Sarah. Share the videos you like on your social media. Help us grow. Don't forget, I need everyone's help for this channel to be visible. We are not visible while our contents are second to none, and it's helping people around the world with their own testimonies. I've got thousands and thousands of comments and emails coming to me. I see it on the videos and comment sections, and I see it on emails that is sent to me, text. People have joined me on Facebook, and all these different ways they let me know that they have been helped tremendously, but yet we only have 15,000 subscribers. So that means we need to be visible. For that, I need you guys to like the videos that you see, you watch. Share the videos on your social media, the videos that you like, and make sure to like the live streams, and hopefully talk about it. And if there is a school radio station or school paper, you can maybe put an article on us. Let the school know that such support exists for breakups and things to do with mind, thoughts, consciousness, fear, desire, and ego, and how to move on from a breakup, and what you feel, how you feel, why you feel that way, and all that. So these are all available here. And pretty soon I'll have that package special play list that is called The Ultimate Cure, Ultimate Breakup Cure. And that would be the selection of the most relevant videos among these 1,300 videos, because you don't know which one to watch for. The one who just broke up is nuts, doesn't know where to watch for. So on that video, we start with 60, 70 videos that are directly going to get him out of that shithole that he's parked in, or she's parked in, and get you guys out. And you will purchase that. I think we're going to price it. Like, if you guys wanted to talk to me, or in or someone that is acting as your counselor, you probably pay, I don't know, a couple of $100 an hour. But this whole package, which would be worth of at least a month of videos, of all selected videos to get you out of your low part and help you understand what you're going through and how to deal with it and how to move on. It's going to be something like, I don't know, $98 or $108, something like that. And that will definitely give you the support that you need, and you will be right on your path to handle this. So we'll soon have that, but until then, I need your help to share these videos on your social media and help, I don't know, school papers, so on, do an interview with us or somehow to get us out there and be visible. Okay, DJ Hefner says, cool, thanks a lot, you're welcome, you're welcome. Aso says, Mehran, I want to go back to my ex. We met after a year and said that I don't want to repeat what happened between us, but you changed and got matured. So now I'm confused, Mehran. Oh, what's confused? If the guy makes a positive step, then you will assess it. But until he has, you can't just, because he said you mature, that means what? You want to run back to the guy? See how he behaves. If he's mature for you. So hold your horses. You're still what, 21, 22? Just finish your studies, for God's sake. And then go get a job and be independent. Then choose a man. Take care of yourself, able to pay for yourself, be independent, then with free will and free mind, with confidence, from position of power, qualify. See which guy is good enough for you, not from need. Now, your first priority right now should be finish that school. You're in the what, last term or so? Yeah, focus on what you need, not what you think he wants you for. And what you need right now is to finish your schooling. You have no business trying to find a husband right now. Yeah, stop investing your emotions in someone right now. It means to stop thinking about them and pay attention and spend your time and trying to please them and get to know them, this and that, so forth. It's too much. Right now, you're 22 years old. Focus on your studies. Get that damn thing done. Go get a nice job. Get some money. And after a year, then you will see, I'm independent. Then you will see who qualifies. That's it. Now, let's go to the next. Ken says, thank you, Mehran. Very wise words. Well, you're welcome, Ken. Don't forget, find an avenue to promote this channel. We need you guys all. I don't know how other channels are doing, which the content apparently, as you guys have told me, is not even near what we deliver here. But they've got like 1 million subscribers, 800, 300 subscribers. How is that? I don't know. If it's robotic, I don't know. But however it is, I need you guys to talk to your school paper, talk to your radio station, or whoever wants to do an interview with us, and share the videos on your social media. Help us to grow and get visible. Now, Tim says, I appreciate your pointing out the nonsense of the idea of self-actualization. That term has been around since the 70s, and I think it has set a lot of people down the wrong path. Well, good, Tim. Now you can share the video that talks about this. I'm gonna maybe trim that to a single video out of this and put it on. Tim says, it's good to desire for someone to wish to be all they can be, but I like the idea that stop wishing and start being. There you go. I'm glad that you enjoy it, Tim. So now let's go to Lottie says, no, the tag can appear in the middle of the video picture. Yes, I see. You know, right now, apparently with the new system that YouTube has, I don't have the capabilities that I used to have when I could put a word or comment while I'm talking. But I can, I can do a card. Yes. I can do a card. I'll look into that. But I thought the cards is just reference to another video that I have about that topic in that video, and that moment that I'm talking about that topic, I can insert that card that shows which video talks about this particular topic more. And of course, I have cards at the end of most of the video, but I used to be able to make comment inserts and make corrections or whatever while I'm talking, but I can't do that anymore. So I wonder how I can bring that subscribe thing. I will have to learn it. I will look in. Thank you. That's a good idea. Lottie says, so you can highlight the most popular videos because these will have more chance in the algorithms to reach many more people. I will look it up again so I can say better. Thank you very much, Lottie. I appreciate it. I kind of get the idea. I have to look into that. Yes, these things can help. Thank you very much again. Dunder Mifflin. All right. Not sure if that's your name or not, but however. This is Pam. There we go. Hello, Mehran. Maybe you don't remember me. You're right. I don't. You're a viewer from Chile. Oh, okay. My name is Sophia. Yes, I do now. Sophia, I remember. I'm 22 years old. A couple of months ago, I asked you what to do about my ex-boyfriend. Okay. And then she continues, says, he broke up with me and I took it really hard. Almost a year has gone by since then. Said, and all this time we have been classmates at university. So I see him every day. Now he has reached out to me again. So my question for you today is, what do you think about getting back together with an ex after all of this time? Should I give the relationship another chance? Thank you very much. You know, it's a very challenging question to answer because I don't know anything about the guy. And I don't really know much about you enough to see if this is a match or not. But only go into it if you're okay with it to break down again. Because at this age, you don't know the guys at that age in school. What are they looking for? They're looking for a hot girl. They're looking for sex. They're looking for the ex because they have memories and they don't have any other girl in their life right now. They haven't found anything better, or they broke up with somebody else and they feel lonely, or their grades are not good. They don't have much hope. They want to cover that up by intimacy, by sex, by pleasure, by having a girlfriend, thinking that she's the solution for their problems. I don't know what the motivation of this person is, but it really doesn't matter either, as long as you can be sure that if it doesn't work out and he leaves you again, you wouldn't give a shit. You will be fine. But if you're going to go in there, I don't know what cultural background is driving you. You go in there with the idea of, oh, you found a husband. That's your future husband. And you trick your mind into that bullshit at age 22. Then when he leaves you, you don't think that a boyfriend, a date left you. You think the husband. You think the future. You think your plans left you. If you guys look at my recent upload, it's called Why You Miss Your Ex Is Not Just Because of the Ex. I want you to watch that. You will understand what I'm saying right here, what I just said. That's the most recent upload, so the newest upload, not part of the live streams, just a single individual video. So if you don't go into that relationship with that idea that you're getting anything more than a date or a boyfriend in university, then you'll be fine. But if you go in there and thinking, okay, you got your boyfriend back and it's the love of your, all that bullshit that you just mounted him up because you're trying to escape from your own duties and responsibilities and the things that you got to accomplish, and instead of going and focusing on accomplishing your life, become independent, you want to replace all that with pleasure. Pleasure of having a boyfriend, pleasure of sex, pleasure of somebody loving you, pleasure of having an image in the society, in the community, in the university, that you have a boyfriend, that you're more than what you are, and suddenly you feel not so focused on accomplishing anything else or much else. You will accomplish them, but you know, they're not having the priority anymore, because suddenly you feel good about yourself already. Because most accomplishments in life is because you want to feel good about yourself and you want to take yourself to the next level, become independent, have more money or whatever career you want to choose, and feel good about yourself. But once you shortcut that by getting a boyfriend or a girlfriend and then you feel good about yourself, suddenly you let go of the other things that you were going to accomplish. So don't fool yourself. Stay on course. Focus on your studies. Understand this is only a boyfriend. It's not your future. It's not your husband. It's not the love of your life. It's just something that you're not so hot about yourself right now. And this desire makes you feel more than whatever the shit you think you are right now. Obviously, you think you need someone to tell you that you're more than what you are. And that's your boyfriend. And you've been hurting because he left you. So you've kind of felt like not so important because a boyfriend left you. These are natural feelings that young girls and young boys will have at this age. But you should get beyond that. The reason that the boy left you is not a reflection on you. It's a reflection of the two people being at a certain age that they don't necessarily match. And whatever they thought they matched was based on sexual needs. Not based on their consciousness level bonding or anything like that. And later on they noticed that, okay, they're not happy or they want to try something else. Because it wasn't a quality relationship. It was a sexual relationship. And the fact that you think you understand him, he understands you, and suddenly, oh yeah, that's the right match. That's the level that you understand right now. But it wasn't about totally understanding each other's consciousness. Understanding what life is all about, your duties and your role and what you want to accomplish on this life. Suddenly you thought that your boyfriend and the boyfriend thought the girlfriend is everything that makes everything just so sparkly and perfect. But not knowing what is it that makes it perfect. A pleasure. So in fact, you guys were together because of pleasure, not because you know yourself or you know each other. So if you can understand all these things and you go into that getting back with your ex, having these things in mind, and you should be okay. Go crazy, enjoy yourself. But if you're gonna go damaged again and then forfeit your studies and go depressed because some boy didn't like you, big fucking deal, and make a big deal out of it, or some girl who left the boyfriend feels devastated, again, big fucking deal. What is it? It's just sex. What do you think that she does for you or he does for you? Focus on your studies, become independent in your life, get your careers, and then go choose a boyfriend or choose a girlfriend, depending. And then you're okay. All right, I think you got the gist of it, and I leave the rest in your capable hands. Sophie. Wookie says, thank you so much. You're welcome. Mira says, hey, Mehran, I've been here last time. You really helped me. Remember, I broke up from a narcissistic relationship. The problem is now he started fighting for me, but actually it's too late. Even if it wasn't too late, the narcissist doesn't fight for you. Narcissist is fighting for himself in order to prove that he can control you, he can have anything he wants. That's his motivation. He's not fighting for you. If he wanted to fight for you, he would have been decent, nice, kind, cordial, understanding, compassionate, unselfish, not controlling, not dictating, not a fuckhead. I don't know why am I so upset, because I see you guys hurting yourselves for no reason. You're making such a big deal out of this whole thing when your studies are the most important thing, when building your life is the most important thing. So don't let just the promise of someone's attention become the whole focus of your life. Don't be a sucker for other people's attention and give everything you got because you need their attention to feel good about yourself. As you can see, even narcissist is trying to make you feel that he's worthy because he's fighting for you, because you're selfish, your ego, you want attention. Somebody's fighting for you, make you feel good, even though if the guy is a narcissist. Focus on the quality of the person, not the fact that he desires you. Well, he can desire bloody whatever. That doesn't mean that he has respect for whatever he's desiring. That he's going to, you know, be fair in the interaction with what he's desiring. He's fighting for you because he values himself so much he wants to get what he wants if he's a narcissist. So that's different. Fighting for you. What's there to fight? You like him or you don't like him. He already showed you his credentials. If it's worthy, okay. It's not, what's there to fight? It will be a natural match. Obviously it's not. All right. Now, Wookie says, I have felt quite cooked up today studying, and after a week of non-stop studying. Thanks again. You're welcome. Mr. J. Barney 14. Hi, my good man. Okay. Hello. I was watching the live stream a couple of weeks ago and asked for advice regarding my ex who I was with for 10 years. I've seen and spoken to her, and it was very obvious that her goal was to play constant mind games and manipulate me. She told me she had even accidentally looked at my personal emails and social media. She said she has been going out a lot and has dressed a lot more provocatively since something to try and upset me. Since at university she has started to really dress up, and sometimes it does get to me. Of course it does. You're a man, you like women, and you know they dress up. Even for God's sake, a pumpkin dresses up, puts a high heel shoes, and suddenly you may feel something. So don't be so surprised. It's not her. It's your ability to appreciate woman and, you know, appreciate the desire for intimacy. It's not like she's the anomaly that you've been looking for. No, you look at any beautiful woman in high heels and all dude up, you'll go nuts for her. So bring your attention to your program, your ability to feel this way. It's how you're made. It's not because she's so special or so amazing. No, it's your ability that makes her look so sexy, so amazing, so wonderful. The fact that you can, your program allows you to feel that way in the presence of such physical attributes. So if you understand that, then you won't be thinking that it's a mystic, that she's the one, the cause that you really know. It's your ability to appreciate such sexual images that makes her look so wonderful, because you can feel the same about other beautiful women who are dressed up and all dude up. Now this one, you have some memories and some ego and some possession feelings and some experiences and, you know, history with, so it makes it feel like as if it's really her, but still not. You think it's her. You can create and build another relationship with somebody else because you're looking for an honest relationship. You don't have time for all this nonsense, up and down, manipulating, controlling. What's the motivation? What's the end game? What is she after? You want a good man? Here it is. You want a life? You had it with him. You want to play? What's that for? Going out? Well, then that's what you think life is all about. Go out. And you just let her do what she wants to do, and you do whatever it is necessary for you to do. Now, to build a life. You can't be thinking and summing up your life in her, or what she desires, or what she wants to do, or how she imagines life is. That's from her point of view. It's good for her. Maybe her understanding is not at the level that you understand what life should be. It's the division. But that doesn't mean you should follow what she wants just in order for you to get back with the memory that you have with her. That memory was good. Okay, it was it. But it's a memory. You don't have to try to now keep the memory alive by still trying to hang on to the person that you made this memory with. That memory is good for nothing. Is she good for something? Don't want her so you can bring the memory to life. Want her if she is worthy and she can build something for you solid, on solid ground, to bring that elusive psychological security or not. Look for that. That should be your reason, not to bring the dead memory alive, and for that you need the actor of it. No. So let's see what else is here. The problem is, he says, that she's still texting me about random things in her day-to-day life, and I find it hard to cut it out. It upsets me that she is now a completely new girl, like herself with me was fake. I'm Jordan and I'm 20, from England, by the way. You're 20 years old and you said you were with this girl, what, 10 years? How could that be? I don't understand. I asked for advice regarding my ex who I was with for 10 years. You're 20 years, you've been with this girl since 10-year-old? I don't, help me out here. So, are you pulling my leg? Jordan, are you pulling my leg here? "27. Oh, you're 27. Okay, there we go. Gee, is that, am I now reading it right? You're 27. So you've been with her since 17 years old, right? And how do I remove these rose-tinted glasses of thinking she is the most beautiful girl in the world? She's not. First of all, at age 17, you guys got together. You were 27, you're 10 years with her, you were 17. At age 17, you hardly know yourself, let alone knowing what kind of girl you want. So the kind of girl that you ended up with was based on sex. Nothing else. There was no knowledge from your side that what kind of wife you want, what kind of a female you want in your life, what kind of credentials you want her to have, what you know of yourself, was anything about you, your own psyche. You had no idea of anything about you, let alone knowing what you want in a woman of your dreams. So the reason that you guys are together, because you were both very young, you had no knowledge of what is it that you want to pursue, that you prefer, you want, you need. And basically, like any other heterosexual male or female, you just liked each other and hit it off on regular shallow stuff that 17-year-olds talk about for their age, and you found things in common and had sex, and you thought that is love, because at that age, love is sex. Sex is love. You don't have any understanding of the difference between the two. So naturally, this should have broken up. It took 10 years too long. You should have broken up, 3 years after that. But it didn't. You guys hung in there. Now you have so much memory, and most good or bullshit memory in there. All kinds of memory just live together. It's like trying to separate from yourself. That's why the difference is. So much memory, so much energy, so much things in common that you shared or went through, whether you liked it or not. But you feel like she has left with the memory of you guys together, which means you think she has taken part of you, yourself, with her. So you're missing yourself. You're not really missing her. You're missing the time you spent, the energy you put, the things you build, the memories that you created, you want to keep that because that memory brings you psychological security. Mind through the field of the known, when what things have been recorded in your consciousness, finds solace, finds comfort, because there's no division there. There's no surprises there. Everything is known. Everything is accepted, understood, dealt with. So you go in there, and that's a comfortable place. Now you want the person that helped you make that memory in order to feel that that will be now complete. I will be having psychological security again. But that's all nonsense, because you have grown, you have changed. She has changed, she has grown. You don't even like that kind of girl anymore. And she, as you said yourself, is not really the kind of girl that you used to know. She's doing all these things because she is now finding herself have different needs to get to know herself or figure out how she can prove to herself that she's more than what she is. All of that tells you, obviously, you guys are not necessarily the right match for each other. You were at one point because you were both pretty much nothing, didn't know anything. Now, because you haven't found anything better than you are, better than your understanding, more knowledgeable or more educated or more mature or however that you used to be, you haven't found someone to meet you at the level you are today. Therefore, you think that same old girl is now at the level that you are today. No. Look at her. Look at who she is, how she behaves, what games she's playing. Age 27, she's still what? Playing games with someone that she's been with for 10 years? Or, I don't know, maybe she's having second thoughts. But the question is, should you be waiting for her to have second thoughts to change your mind, to want or not want her, based on if she wants or not want you? You want to be chosen, or you want to do the choosing as well? So, you make a decision. What is it that she's bringing to the table for you? Other than giving or solidifying the memory you have of her, what else is she bringing? What is her education? What is her vision? What is her manners? What is this security that she's going to be bringing? Is there any? What is her contribution? You're 27 years old, you're going to be looking for some serious girls. I'm not sure if you're going to find her to be the right one or somebody else to be the right one so quickly. But I bet you there are a lot more candidates out there that if you're not so hung up on your memories, then you wouldn't want the main actor of the memory to be with you because you think, oh, that's so cool. I have all these memories and I don't know what to do with them because the actor is not with it. So if I can get her, then it'll be all dandy. Okay, it'll be dandy, but what do you get out of it? For real life. Another 20, 30, 40 years, or how many years to share. What is she bringing to the table? So these are the questions you got to ask yourself. And if you don't think she's suitable, or at least your motivation to be with her again is not credible in your mind, then don't respond to her text. That drives her crazy, and she either shows her real feathers, real colors, or keeps playing. And in that case, everything would be more clear for you. So maybe you want to stop responding to her texts and let her come out and open up. What is it that she's writing all these texts? What for? What is the purpose? What do you want? I guess. All right. Let me go back to the ones I missed here. Myra says, I'm afraid of being manipulated of him again, since of course I still love him and I get very easily in my feelings. Why do you love him? Is it love? Why is it love? How can you love someone that you say is a narcissist? No, you love the attention. You love to see that someone is fighting for you because that gives you a certain kind of a value in your own mind. But what is the value of some asshole fighting for you? Maybe you feel valuable if somebody's fighting for you, but focus on who is fighting for you, not on the fighting. Somebody wants me. Yeah, but the guy is a jackass. What good is that? But if someone decent is striving for you and coming and trying, that's worth something. Yeah? But if not qualified, who cares if so many people may want you? It doesn't mean that's enough for you. You got to see if they qualify or not. All right. Now, Carissa says 27 Canada. Oh, we got another Canadian. Oh, I feel really empowered. We got 3 countrymen here today. It's funny. I seem to be kind of well, known on YouTube in Europe, India, other places, but hardly I get subscribers from Canada. Maybe, I don't know, 10. So Carissa, I hope you have subscribed. And again, for the whole past 1.5 hours, there's 17 people watching. I better see 17 likes, guys. Otherwise, I'm going to dislike it myself. So now, let's see Carissa, what she is contributing. Jordan says, like 3 hours after we broke up, she booked a holiday to Greece straight away, like we meant nothing. Yeah, exactly. Remember all these. Sorry for the super long story here. It's okay. We have other people who write books here too. I think El Hajj is one of them. He's not here right now. I think. Or was it Majid? I'm not sure. So Carissa says, 27 Canada here. And she says, when does the relationship become over and no longer worth working on it? I added the word worth. There is Majid. Yeah, you see, I remembered. Now, so Majid says, guess what? We broke up again. Well, congratulations. You're now becoming a professional in that. Now, let me get back to Carissa. Carissa says, when does the relationship become over and no longer worth working on it? When you have already worked on it and you see it's over. When you've already worked on the divisions and conflicts, you've recognized them, you've sat down and talked about it, compromised, analyzed together, explored it, and you see that neither you nor him, or however the relationship is not paying attention to it, not fussing about it, not focusing on it, not trying, and the problem still exists because the ego has taken over and you guys just want the other one to comply rather than taking responsibility for your own actions and trying to compromise and fix together, bring about the solutions. And instead you're focusing on the needs you have, the fears that you have, the lack of enjoyment or pleasure that you see others have and you want it from each other, instead of really seeing to what degree they're valuable and to what degree you guys can provide that kind of a lifestyle. And when you see you've not really been successful after your compromises, your discussions, your explorations, and you worked out on it, that's it. That's when you realize it's over. There's no magic to it. When you're not so attentive to each other, when you don't want to spend time with each other, when you try to find other things to do and not spend time with each other, and you then try to explore and communicate why, and you do that and nothing changes, then it doesn't matter anymore. Just let it go. You don't have to. There's no such thing that you have to make a relationship work. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's not the end of the world. It just means you now have an opportunity to explore other islands, other places, other people, other relationships, and see how they will match with you, not just this one. Well, this one didn't work. So as long as you have your boat tied to the dock, you won't have the opportunity to actually paddle out and go into the ocean and see what other stuff is out there, islands and different species, different you know, experiences with these fish. You can swim and find, I don't know, treasures and islands and parties and different kind of people, and then see how things will turn for you. But as long as you're stuck to the dock and you think, no, this was the only shore that I could dock my boat and go and explore here, there is no other possibility, then that means you're stuck. You have no chance to explore and find out if there's anything better out there or more compatible for you or not. You're stuck. So cut the rope, which is break up. Once you've tried it, didn't work, then recognize it and break up, and then go to the world and see if there are other boys that you like, or you know, you'll find what's out there at least. Majid says, I got angry, but she still came out and then continued to be mean, and then just went on and on. Is that me not appreciating her trying, or her lying when she said she didn't want to come out? Still did. I don't have the info, Majid, here. I have only limited information. I don't know. I don't remember how we talk, the things that we talk. It's not like I remember everything that each session we talk on these live talks. So I don't know really where you guys were when you say she come out, she didn't go out with you, she went out somewhere else. I don't know all that. But anyhow, what it is that it's broken, okay? No big deal. Move on. You can see that she's not obviously into it, or she's playing with you, or she doesn't really know. If she finds something different, she wants to try that too, maybe. I don't know. And that means she's not ready for a committed relationship. She's still trying to, you know, just feel how much attention she can get, and that makes her feel good. And that's not the right ingredient. You lost the I said I don't know anything about what you guys have done. I don't remember everything that we talk about in each session. I said that if she maybe still wants to see how much attention she gets from other people to make her feel good. I don't know if you guys have been going out, how long, and what level you guys are, how committed you are. I don't know any of that sort, so I can't really make a good observation on that. But what I'm saying is, if it's not working and you can see that she still tries to go here and there and find what makes her feel good, to feel better about herself by the different kind of attentions that she gets, well, that means she's not ready for a committed relationship. She's not the right girl right now. So at that point, just be cool and look elsewhere, and don't pay so much attention to her, and let her sort her things out. And if she comes back with committed focus and plan, then maybe. Otherwise, say bye-bye, let her go. It's not a big deal. But you spend more time and energy on her than you don't want to let go. It's like fishing. A fish is, it's got the hook on her mouth, and you guys are fighting and back and forth. It creates a certain respect between you and the fish, and you really want to catch that fish because there's been energy exchange in there. But you should realize that if that doesn't work and the fish opens up and just moves away and the lure is no longer hooked on her mouth, there will be so many other fish out there. Possibilities are endless. Don't think that was the only fish. It just didn't work out, and perhaps it shouldn't have, because it didn't. That was very philosophical. Check that out. Now, I didn't mean to compare, you know, partners, women or men, to fish and fishing, but that was, you know, something to deliver and deliver the point, and I hope that you guys got it. So don't feel just because you exchange time and energy by fighting, by going out, by getting to know each other, discrepancies, conflicts, divisions, that now has created certain kind of an obligation or interest. It's not the fact that you guys are right for each other necessarily, it's the fact that you guys spend energy, exchange energy, and these whole back and forth thing created certain kind of a familiarity, and that's what you think now. You deserve each other, you got to make it work. No, you don't have to. Just let it out and open the whatever, cut it off, and let yourselves free and find other opportunities. There are millions of them out there, and then find real matches, not a forced match. Has to match because we found each other, so has to match. No, it doesn't. Why? Because it didn't. There we go. Now, looks like we have answered everyone's question. I hope that you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. There's still 17 people watching. I am gonna load it up right now, and I hope I see a 17 like in there. So I love you all. Thank you very much for giving me your time and sharing this time of your day or night with me. And be good to yourself, to the others, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.